With the War for Cybertron trilogy Kingdom line well underway, midway through the line, I felt that I should make a list of Beast Wars characters that Hasbro or Takara should give us for the Kingdom line. And if not for the Kingdom line, maybe in a succeeding Generations trilogy line. Here's my list, and this will only include just Beast Wars from season 1, 2, and 3. It's not going to talk about Beast Machines. I think that's asking for too much. Maybe that's a whole new topic or discussion for another video. First up is Pterosaur. Pterosaur, terrorize. Obviously, a much better version than the old 90s figure. This figure was okay. It's not a figure I wanted to get back in the day, but if you are trying to complete the cast of season 1, this is an absolute must-have. Hasbro needs to give us an updated version of Pterosaur. He was one of the Predacons that first appeared on the show, and it would be an injustice if we did not get a Pterosaur. It could be a deluxe. It would be nice if he was a Voyager, but I'm okay with a deluxe class Pterosaur. Next up is Scorponok. Again, another character that appeared early on in the Beast Wars series, one of Megatron's henchmen. It would be nice if we can get a decent Beast Wars Scorponok. This is an amazing figure, something I never had. A figure I also wanted to get when I was collecting the Beast Wars figures back in the 90s. Hasbro can totally do an updated version of this figure. I think a Voyager class Scorponok would be fine. Then Tarantulas, another collector favorite, another fan favorite character in my opinion. I think we need a season 1 Tarantulas. And I hope they don't recycle like Black Arachnia or any other mold. I hope it's a completely new mold. Something that can really do justice to the character. And then Waspinator. Oh my goodness, we need a Waspinator. We had one for the Universe line, for the Thrilling 30. That was a great figure. But I think Hasbro can give us a better version of that character. Not the IDW look or anything like that. A figure that closely resembles this character as he appeared on the show. I think that would be great. If Hasbro is going to do one fuser, it has to be Silverbolt. I think he was my favorite out of all the fusers. If they could do like a leader class Silverbolt, or a Voyager class for that matter, this would be amazing. I think it would sell a lot, because who doesn't want a Wolf Eagle Transformer? This is great. The other fusers were also great, but if they have to do just one, I think Silverbolt would be nice. And then I guess as a Predacon, they have to do a Maximal. They got to do a Predacon. It's got to be Quick Strike. I think Quick Strike would be a great addition. They do a more modern take on this character. And then another fan favorite. We have to get a Beast Wars Inferno. I never had this when I was collecting the toys. It was something that I could not get for some reason. And even now, the figure is selling for bonkers on the secondary and tertiary markets. If Hasbro can do something like this, like a big Inferno figure, like a Voyager class figure, this would be an amazing update. And then there's the Bat Primal and Croc Megatron. A couple of figures I'm not entirely excited for, but knowing Hasbro, if they do decide to do this, I'm guessing they could do this for the Voyager class, a sized figure. I think it would be great. Maybe they can do it as a Generation Selects. I'm guessing the easiest way to do this is just to repaint or redeco and re-engineer the Skullcruncher and Mindwipe molds from Titan's Return and turn them into Primal and Megatron. But if Hasbro decides to do this, I think they should give them brand new molds and not just recycle the molds. These could be great figures if Hasbro could do an updated version. Moving on to Season 2, this is a figure I think we desperately need. A Transmetal Optimus Primal as he appeared in Season 2 with the hoverboard and all that. And give us chrome. If Hasbro and Takara do decide to do this, I would expect a ton of chrome and not just metallic paint. I think they can do a leader class of this figure. I think it would be a great addition if they do this for the Kingdom line. But I think it's a little too late now to do such a big figure. Maybe they can do it for the Selects line. And then there's Transmetal's Cheetor, or the Season 2 Cheetor. I think this is great. Um, if they can do this in the Voyager class scale, I would be so down with it. And that would completely redeem Hasbro from doing the deluxe Cheetor. And I think it would be great to have something like this done in a modern version. Lots of chrome, lots of metallic pieces. I'd be excited for something like this. And of course, we got to do Rat Trap. If we're doing Cheetor, we got to do Season 2 Rat Trap. They can do this in the deluxe class scale. I think it would be too small if they did it for the core class. I think Rat Trap, if they do a Transmetal version, Season 2 Rat Trap, he has to be a deluxe class figure. And then there's Transmetal Black Arachnia. This was actually a figure I had. I sold it off years ago because I decided to quit the whole Beast Wars 90s line, but I kind of miss this figure. This is one of the amazing, I felt this was one of the better figures for the Transmetal. She was all bulky and clunky, lots of kibble, but I like this figure for some reason. And if Hasbro can do this, maybe in the Voyager class scale, that would be great. And of course, they've got to do this one. If they're doing the other Season 2 characters, they need to do a Transmetal Megatron. And this has got to be at least in the Leader class scale. Definitely, if not Commander class, with tons of accessories and all that, and lots of chrome. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if they did this for the Commander class. This would be a huge, huge figure. I'd be excited for this, definitely. And then again, Tarantulas, one of the better Transmetal figures back in the day. Again, a figure I never had. Been trying to track this down back in the 90s when I was collecting the Transmetals as well. I could never find this. And if Hasbro can do an updated version of this one, that would be amazing. On to Season 3. We desperately need a better version of Optimal Optimus. I know we got him for Power of the Primes, but that figure was just lacking in a lot of things. There's no ground vehicle mode. The figure needed an upgrade kit just to look decent. And I think Hasbro owes it to the fans to give us a better version of Optimal Optimus. They could do a Commander class for all I care and give him all the bells and whistles, chrome, the wings, everything, all the weapons, missiles. That would be great. I'd be totally okay with it if they could do something like a huge, huge figure, an updated version of Optimal. And then, of course, if they do Optimal Optimus, they need to give us a Dragon Megatron. We haven't seen any attempt from Hasbro to do something like this. And I hope they don't just recycle the Transformers Prime Predacon mold. I honestly want a brand new Leader class or Commander class version of the Dragon Megatron. And there's already been a ton of third-party companies, and I'm pretty sure Hasbro is becoming insecure, pretty much insecure with a lot of these products, unofficial products coming out for the Dragon Megatron, and it's about time they did their version. So that's my list of Beast Wars characters that we still need for the Kingdom line. And if not the Kingdom line, I'm hoping Hasbro or Takara kind of squeeze this in the upcoming trilogy. And speaking of the upcoming trilogy, I will have a video on my prediction of what that upcoming trilogy I think Hasbro needs to do or is probably working on. So what do you think of my list? Did any of your favorites make it to my list? Are there any other characters you feel Hasbro or Takara needs to give us for the Kingdom line or for the succeeding trilogy in the Generations line? Hit me up in the comments, and as always, hit that notification bell so you never miss out on any of my latest video reviews. If it's your first time here, please subscribe. And if you want to help the channel out, please check out my Patreon account. There's a link in the description box below. Thanks for watching.